My wife comes into the garage and it smells like gasoline. She's not happy. So what the problem is are the jets under the carburetor sink, and if you put your finger under there, you can get gas. You put your finger under here, you can get gasoline on your hands. Now, how come there's no gasoline on my hands? Because I've already fixed these. So I'm going to go over, and today I'm going to talk about fixing the leaks and rebuilding these jets. I found 3 different places where it leaks, and I'll go over each of those. This channel is about stuff I learn and do as I'm working on my car and or various triumphs. And today we're going to look at how to rebuild and fix leaky jets. So here we go. To figure out exactly where it was leaking, what I did was I took a piece of paper towel and I put it right there. And if it got wet from the gasoline, I knew this joint was leaking. And I'll talk about fixing that one first. When you rebuild this jet, it comes with a new gasket or a new O-ring. We used an O-ring in this case. And by cleaning up that surface in there and replacing that O-ring, that stopped leaking. I did have a problem with it. I didn't quite snug it up quite enough, and it leaked again in the final build, but snugged it up just another half flat, and that stopped that leak. Okay, the next place it can leak is through a little copper washer, which we'll look at later. And the way you see, if you've got this one stopped, and you can put the paper towel in here and see if it gets wet. And if it gets wet in there, it's that copper washer inside, which we'll see. Now, if you've eliminated this leak and you've eliminated this leak, then you can take a look down here, and by putting the paper towel again down here, and it gets wet, then you know it's leaking through the O-rings on this jet. So we've already talked about this one. So let's jump down to the O-rings on this jet. We're going to replace ours with, instead of the ones that come in the kit, the cork ones, or instead of somebody apparently used an O-ring before. I'm going to use some Vitron ones, and we'll look at that. So my brand new jets are still leaking, and I'm testing the Vitron seals. I'm going to take paint thinner and fill that up, and then take some paper towel, dry it around the base. What we're starting to get, you can see right in the middle, you can see it get wet. So I'm going to continue to polish the inside of this carrier. I'm going to continue to polish the inside of this carrier in case that's the problem. I polished the jet, but I didn't polish the inside of this. First step in polishing is I took some of my crocus cloth, 900 grit crocus cloth, and I spun it round in here real good. And that seemed to get the walls, but it did not get all the way down on the surface. So what I'm going to do, let's try that. So go in first with the bit of emery cloth, crocus cloth. And take a little homing compound, put it in there. Take the crocus cloth, turn it upside down. That's better. I don't know if you can see that. I'll clean it up with a paper towel. Okay, checking it again. Oh, there's a bunch right there. Well, it looks like I lost some video. So the video showed, I just got finished in the video that I'm making. I showed that I still had a leak down in here somewhere. Well, I kept polishing that up, and that finally cleaned that leak up. So I put it back in the car and I get it going, and it leaks here. So now we have to figure out why is it leaking here. And so now I'm going to go to Thomas Bryant's website to show the solution he came up with that we're using today to fix this leak too. Triumph Experience Forum, I also see that washer number 11 in the diagram, if you use Loctite 518 or Permatex 51813 to seal it up, it'll help keep that from leaking. Which washer is that? Washer 11? It's this one. And this washer, I mean, it's in here. And then this carrier. And when you're centering the jet, you're moving this around. So I'm not moving this back and forth like this. So I'm not sure I want to lock that in completely, because this anaerobic sealer uses a prep spray. I've used this for other things, and a prep spray, and it seals it in pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put it in here because I don't want it to seal so much that I can't move the jet around in it. Also, there's a ridge on this and not on this side. Okay. Okay, let's see if that helps keep it from leaking. I looked up the data sheet and it's a 1 hour cure, so I marked 11 a.m. is when I did this, so I'll give it till 12. Okay, I have the linkage all undone, but I pulled both chokes out a little bit, and I ran it briefly, as much as it would, and we still have the leak under that one, which is not the one we just polished up, and I wiped my hand off, and no leak. No leak. And I run my hands around the jet. No leak. Yay. So to finish out this video, I'm sorry it's been so long. I've been busy with other things. The leaks have been fixed. There's no gasoline coming under those carburetors. Let's review the 3 places where the jet can leak. So I had to change over to this old carburetor because I sold my TR3 project car with my nice rebuilt carburetors, and now I got this old dirty one. But anyway, we tested it for leaks 3 places. We took a paper towel and we tested it, here, let me do that better. We tested it right here and put it right up against where the nut hits the carburetor body to see if it would leak. If that leaked, I replaced an O-ring under that nut from Thomas Bryant's kit. It still leaked a little bit. I gave it a little half turn tighter. Got that to finish, so it stopped that leak. We tested for this leak, which had also leaked here, and we put it right here between the spring here and checked for a leak right in there. And we found out that we had to Permatex that little Permatex inside. You remember that part of the video, in order to seal those 2 pieces together to get that leak to quit. Then the 3rd place that it could leak is right here. And right here, we found 2 things. One is we needed to polish both this jet and the inside of the carrier, and then put a Viton O-ring on there to get that to quit leaking. So 3 things: the O-ring here, the putting that special sealant on here, and third, cleaning up, polishing everything, and putting the new Viton O-rings here. Anyway, that fixed my leaky TR3 carburetors. Hope you find this helpful. If you do, please support the channel by subscribing or putting a comment in there. It encourages me to work on these videos. Thanks for watching.